around. The Tigers had a split last weekend. Beat Sydney in our game of the week by 15 points, but lost to Townsville here by 26. As Amber Gaze gets the Tigers on the scoreboard after nearly 3 minutes. And it was that score, 123-97. The score stays up on the scoreboard all week at Melbourne Park until there's another game, and that's what Cal Bruton was referring to when the team came into town for shoot-around today, saying, well, they're beatable here, all right. There's another one for Andrew Gase.
And certainly the Townsville Crocodiles proved that last week. 45 points in the fourth quarter, and you've got to go back a number of years to see a score like that in 12 minutes of basketball.
Entertaining team. The Townsville Crocodiles will have their coach, Ian Stacker, on Sunday basketball tomorrow. Damien Ryan being creative. Finds Willie Simmons. Underneath, couldn't get it. One of what will be many rebounds for Mark Radke tonight. Will that count? It will. Davison the score, Ryan the foul. A game of runs so far. Radke is stopped by the truck. Troy Pillen, who almost lost it himself, somehow weaves by Gaze and Copeland, feeds Ritter wide open, big play, knocks it down. That's a triple. Cannons on an 8-0 run. They lead by that margin. They're pretty happy on this side because they were saying it wasn't really conventional. Conversely, just one change so far. Rutherford hauls in the rebound. Now, it's 5-on-3. They should score. Copeland the deflection. It ends up, though, with Dave Simmons. And the Cannons are out by a half dozen. Radke. Now Rutherford against Copeland again. Oh, Randy Rutherford all the way. The Cannons out by 8.
Yeah, Randy Rutherford really is smooth when he gets going, but that last trip down the floor, the Tigers were anything but as we see Rutherford finish that off.
So the Cannons now, with all 10 players having seen court time, as Andrew Rice comes in. Young man selected to the World Youth Team for the Nike Summit in Indiana. To coming up at the end of the season, which will be something else for him. And you can see more about Andrew Rice tomorrow morning on Sunday Basketball. He will be our rising star.
Yeah, he's a young man with a whole lot of talent. I think the thing about Rice is Australian basketball may not get to see the best of him. He does hold a passport, which will allow him to play in Europe as a non-imported player, similar to David Anderson, who played with the Hawks last season.
Dave Simmons inside scores. Yeah, some of our parents of our young Aussie kids have got a lot to answer for being born overseas, haven't they?
Yes, they have. We could certainly handle having Andrew Rice in this league for the next 10 years.
Exactly. Another scoring run here by the Cannons. Gets them out to a 10-point advantage. Now Davison shaky from that range. The crowd getting really restless with their team. Amplified. If Ryan hits, he does. The lead is a dozen. The Canberra Cannons were 2 wins and 12 defeats just prior to Christmas. They are now 9-14. 7 of their last 9 matches have been wins. This day their toughest game. Here we go. The baton has been passed. No longer is it Gaze alley-oop to Copeland. It's Copeland alley-oop to Davison. And at the end of a first half that at times looked as though it was lacking intensity, Melbourne would probably be happy that they are only down by 3 points. 45-42 the score. We tip off this week's countdown in Wollongong, where rising Cairns star Aaron Fearne drops by.
His body on the line, now to Fearne, who jams it down for 2.
Coming in at number 9 is Sydney King, Matthew Nielsen. Nielsen running, Matty for the jam. All the way in, that's tough as well.
Someone like Matt Nielsen goes with a little dunk, but then bang, tucks it back in.
At number 8, it's the first of 2 alley-oop jams from Townsville's Sam McKinnon.
Every one of their supporters up north are enjoying this, and there's a party trick from Sam McKinnon as they run away with this victory against the Melbourne Tigers.
We stay at Melbourne Park now as Leonard Copeland puts the Crocs in a spin.
Wheeling and dealing into the paint. That's a tough shot, Leonard. Gets to use it. Leonard Copeland.
Slam and Sam is back at 6, this time receiving from Pat Reedy.
Pat Reedy gets harassed by Warren. Getting the alley-oop play to Sam McKinnon from range as well, and he stuffs it. The Townsville Crocodiles are looking the goods at the moment.
So we've got to number 5 on the countdown, and there are no entries from Bennett Davison. Well, wait no further. Here's where we start.
Oh, Davison to Breaky to Bennett again. Watch this. Giddy works around, bounces it to Davison, taps it to Breaky. He misses, but a man called Davison is there to clean it up.
Another countdown regular is Townsville's Ben Knight. Here he soars over Daniel Egan.
This is Rose going to Ben Knight. He stuffs it in the hole on top of Daniel Egan.
Nice landing, too. Man, he's getting more and more confident. Saw him with a nice tip jam on plays of the week.
At number 3, it's back to Bennett.
Davison with the slam dunk. Big windmill from Bennett Davison. Those fans, I think, secretly are saying that was exciting. But as their season ticket holders for the Kings, they don't want to get too excited about it.
Ah, yes, we're beginning to like him. Hey, Bennett, slam home another one.
Bennett, money as well. Bennett Davison exploding for the Tigers. That happened kind of quick. Wow.
And our number 1 play of the week comes from another highlight reel regular. It's Sydney's Kevin Brooks at his very best.
There is something there. Brooks, oh yes, Kevin! KB with a special delivery there. Around the back and then over the top.
Well, I reckon that could almost be top 10 of the year.
Watch for Rutherford off a screen. Copeland overplays. Rutherford penetrates the handoff for Dave Simmons, who jams it down. And the Canberra Cannons have the lead with a quarter to play. Drive and dish. Randy Rutherford takes them on, lays it off for Dave Simmons. And Canberra lead by 1 with a quarter to play. That's a smart heads-up move.
No doubt about that. He was met by a wall of Tigers. Saw Dave Simmons just strolling through, gave him the basketball, and Simmons, as he's done so many times, picked it up and threw it down with authority. That's a big block from Davison after a huge offensive rebound by Dave Simmons. It went up, but thrown out by Davison.
Copeland short. Egan! Cometh the hour, and cometh the match. Copeland for the lead. No, Davison!
Because everyone in the gym knows where the basketball's going for this last shot.
Should foul in another second or 2. Rutherford, Egan the switch. Oh, it's an offensive foul. Michael Aylen decides the match. And Daniel Egan, you can't call that. That's a disgraceful decision.
Certainly we picked that up on the replay, and certainly he was on the way across when that offensive foul was called.
Oh, well, they left Bennett Davison go. They might not catch him. Tigers are going to run it down. Count it. They'll win it. Melbourne. They've got it. Yes! Canberra's fairy tale season finish will come to a close at Melbourne Park. Heartbreak for Cal Bruton and the Cannons. From a Tigers perspective, it wasn't pretty. Our gallant Canberra Cannons have their season come to a close on a heartbreaking offensive foul call. Melbourne win it by 5, behind all game. Never in front by more than a point until the final seconds. A hug for Cal Bruton from Andrew Gaze, but I wouldn't be surprised if I detected a tear in the eye of Cal Bruton. Their playoff dream is shattered.